Hello, YouTube fam. I'm in a bit of trouble. Okay. Before I go into this video, I would like to formally apologize to Temi, Tofumi, and Agatha, my amazing girlhood, inaugural girlhood participants who so amazingly left all that they were doing and sat down with me in front of the camera to discuss. I am so sorry. I love you guys so much. And yeah, there was an issue with the sound, like I said before in the caption, and I got in a bit of trouble because of the last episode. So I just would like to apologize because I love them, but also because I need them. But no, I promise I'm not completely opportunist. I do love them. But anyway, yes. Demi Tofumi Agatha, I love you. Sorry, I won't do that again, okay? But yeah, anyway, guys, welcome to another episode of Girlhood. Officially episode 2. But it's actually gonna be a part 1 because it got shortened. Our conversation got cut short and we couldn't finish, and I would like us to talk a little bit more in depth about like what church culture means to us, because that is what we are talking about in this episode, church culture. So yeah, and in this episode we're also getting our nails done because we're girls and we do love to multitask, so why not? But yeah, anyway, so you guys, thank you so much for listening to me talk over the past minute or so. Here's the episode. Enjoy. Oh, because we never sit down now. You just do anything.
Okay, so Rose was with us when we were watching the movie.
Yes, but at some point I went out to get her.
So,
Okay. Timmy, do you have a video to show us? Or you just want to start? Like,
Like something like
first of all, I want to say something. Let me start.
Mm.
When I was in school, right, I wish Tofumi was here. But there's something that one of our pastors will always say, and some of our pastors will say, as some ladies, when we're in school, you know that there's a prophetic call over your life, a pastoral call, you know, everybody's on fire, and they will say some of these girls, when they get out after school, the fire just dies down, but they do not want us to be that way. And I honestly dreaded. I used to say that no, I will never be that person. In fact, we became very judgmental. Like we see some of our seniors that graduated and they were on Instagram, maybe not really posting church stuff or doing stuff. Just
It felt like
relegate
that.
this one have already fallen. And it's not like as if I have not fallen in my relationship with God, but I feel like sometimes
There's no but. You're not falling in relationship with God, period.
yes, period. That's
Sometimes.
period. God is one that has
Yeah.
kept me from falling.
Yeah.
And I thank him for that, because it's not by him of him that we let. It's not a man. It's not in man's way to actually, keep himself. Like God is actually the one that keeps. And now that I've grown, I feel like I am more gracious. I am more gracious towards some of these women, especially women, because I feel like, first of all, there are several things that might have been involved. One, it could have been that many of them were some of them probably there was a matter of like a factor of hypocrisy when they were in school, where you were just doing it for the appraisal of men, and you did not truly settle with yourself to understand, right, who God was. That's one. Secondly, if for many of us that I don't want to, I'm sorry if any of my pastors should see this, but it felt like as if some of us did not have a life outside church. Sorry, it felt like some of us did not have a life outside church. And so when you now come out, and sometimes that kind of thing can be unrealistic, because I saw something on TikTok recently. Someone was talking about men. I think they put a preaching of a pastor that was so annoying. And then someone commented that it's not only the center men, but the center church. I mean, I don't know if it's a great thing to say, but I feel like many people, the church sometimes is not realistic. prepare people for life itself.
It's not practical enough.
Not practical enough. It feels like as if everything can just be in the spirit, everything. It feels like, man, and this is why we have lazy Christians. We have Christians that are not excellent at the workplace because they just feel like God is the one that handles everything in my affairs. Why God does, many of them are so lazy that they are not that their creativity, they are downplaying it, or they just feel like everything will fall in place for them or fall on their ties because they believe that just this is why they will bring in Christianese, or they just start quoting scriptures and everything. Again, I don't have all the answers, but now that I've grown, I now exercise a lot of like grace. Like I just try to be gracious towards these women, and I'm not quick to like talk or judge them because I'm like, they probably are coming out of school and they are like, life is actually wider than just your church community. Like you will get to interact with different people, and if you do not know, if your love for God is not rooted, you will be moved like shaking like to and fro.
I'm so glad that I met you.
And also, okay, yes, you can talk.
I'm so glad that I met you. I'm so glad that I know this now because there's someone that I know. Like when I moved back to Nigeria, I don't know. I moved back with the mindset that everybody in Nigeria that is Christian. Like they really love God. So there are certain things that I was finding out that they're actually atheists and agnostic in Nigeria. So when I met this person,
some of them were committed people in church.
That's what I'm about to say. No, this guy said that he was the he was the youth pastor. He literally even told me that like what made him want to seek out Jesus and God for himself was that he saw how like his sisters were not the best people before. Then they got saved, and how they changed so drastically was like, oh, whatever is making you change this way, I need to know what that is. So why then he comes out of school, someone that was like, and when he said that to me, because obviously I didn't know how it was and like how religious it could get. So when he said that to me, I was just like, and he said, oh, then when you go out of school, then when you learn that like the book of Luke was written after the book of Acts, then you start to question, and I was just like, because I'm like, if you truly know God for yourself, it doesn't matter if Luke was written in 2023. Like those things, like those will not, because you know that it's anyway. So see, you saying this now makes a lot of sense.
Yes, I have
like
quite a number of things to say.
Yeah.
Honestly, like from like looking at how Nigerian Christianity, sometimes I can't lie, it can get tiring. Thank God for people that are getting. Pastors are not perfect. They are also doing their best. But if you are called to the position of a pastor, you are holding you to higher standard. You must ensure and you must first take on the position as from a place of humility. God gave you entrusted souls into your hands. You can't come and be preaching your preferences on the altar.
No, my dad always says
or your
that.
culture.
The Bible even says it actually, not even my dad.
I'm going to tell you, you can't really, from where I'm coming from, no, don't let me just say that. For some churches in Nigeria, you can't really question what the pastor is saying.
Yeah.
You can't question it.
Especially
Do you know when I came out of school, before I came out of school, I had a goal to actually mix more with private university students and people that were outside my school, like finished from school with me, because I feel like I was already used to a particular mindset. And now I started seeing people that are bold and audacious. They will be able to talk to a pastor that, oh, I do not agree with what you preach, or I don't even understand. People that spoke against violence when a pastor or someone in a religious that is actually engaged in stuff. Then some of them in school, they will tell us that don't talk about it. What maybe any issues going on, and it can be something that is affecting like women. And they tell if anybody comes to ask you, what do you think? And I understand where they were coming from, because you don't judge a man when God has not judged. And as a Christian, there's wisdom to things. But you're able to say this is wrong. If this is actually what happened, this is nonsense. But many Nigerian religious leaders will actually keep quiet. In Nigeria, they will keep quiet and they will tell their members to also not speak about it. They say if anybody comes to ask you, you say, I don't know. Like, I don't know. That was how it was. Like, that was, I wish Dr. again was here. Like, you say, I don't really know anything about this thing. No. And so people now got...
I don't think it's just I thank God I've had the opportunity to kind of straddle both.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just Nigerian churches, because I'm remembering Love is Blind the season that just finished. The guy that was there, the girl, she kept asking like, what's your church's stance on LGBT? What's the church's stance on abortion? I think she asked on abortion. It was just like, honestly, he doesn't know. Like he just kept saying he didn't know, and I'm like, you don't that Jesus Christ said that if you're lukewarm, I will spit out of my mouth, because it's like lukewarmness is actually so annoying. it. Like, pick a side and stick to it. Like, are you Christian? Do you then like, yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, so I feel like when people are not, and again, the way that some Nigerian churches introduce Christianity to people is like soft life, like prosperity gospel. That's why people will get vexed at prosperity gospel. They'll get vexed at like several things, and you are now trusting God for it. Or maybe there's some people say, I trusted God for something, it did not happen, or this is not what I was taught. Meanwhile, you were not taught that there's patience, and that is what we're talking about, the gift of endurance. There's sometimes even long suffering. But this is your journey with God, where He wants you to actually grow to a point. It's not everything you want. Even earthly father, like, it's not everything you want that your earthly father will do, because like this thing can actually be harmful. It will hurt you. And some people don't have like a.
They don't teach them.
I feel like sometimes maybe God doesn't give us some things for reasons like detachment.
Yeah.
Because you realize that, oh, you want this thing, you want this thing, you want this thing. And obviously,
I don't disagree with you,
God
because
is
that
our
happens
Father,
to me,
and He
yeah.
is like all knowing, right? And He already knows that.
It can be an
You are
idol
starting
in
to
your heart
idolize.
too.
Exactly.
Yes.
You're starting to idolize this thing. Plus, so many times, like, we ask God for something, it happens, and then you forget that it was God.
True.
When you need another
True,
thing,
you
come
now
back.
come
So you
back.
now have a very transactional
Now relationship.
and then the
with
day
Him.
that you now ask and He doesn't give you, it's not like God hates me.
Yeah.
I'm not this child. This is not what we agreed. This is not what I
It's just
need.
that reality.
You understand? So many, maybe not so many times, I don't know, but I feel like a lot of times is for different reasons, so that you can detach, so that you understand that I'm the one that has this thing.
Yeah, or
It's
your
like,
joy,
I
your
will
happiness
give
is not
you-
in
do you
that
understand?
thing.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm the source anyway. You're now moving away from like you're basing your source from something else. It's like, okay, you're praying for a job. You need a job because you need a better life. This, that, right? God is the source anyway.
Yeah.
Like, whether you have that job or not, He'll sustain you. When has He never sustained you? So why are you making?
Mommy, Chi.
Stop that.
Oh my
Stop
Lord.
that. Stop.
Sorry.
So yeah, it's like, why are you now acting like because you don't have that source that you can visibly see, everything is going to go wrong? So God might just, God, I'm not your head, however, God might just be like, okay, you know what? Let's see if you actually not be sustained.
I'm telling you, it happened to me last year.
Over time, you come to an understanding that, okay, it's not this job that was my source anyway. I might not have had a job, but I've been okay. Yes, this might not have happened, but this also happened. You understand that? And then you just come to an understanding that, okay, my father is my father regardless. Do you understand? Like, even your earthly, my daddy will not see me crying and intentionally not want to.
Yeah.
He might intentionally not want to tell me sorry. But that's also so that I can learn that I'll not do wrong things, and then they'll come and pat my back. You
So
understand?
there's always a good to it regardless.
Exactly.
It's only always ever for your good.
At the end of the day, God is good. Like,
There's also,
regardless of however the world acts or reacts, God is good. Period.
that's what my pastor always tells you. Like, God is good. No matter what you're going
Like,
through.
period, full stop. There's
You must
no,
never let anything come and shake that thing that God is not good.
Yes. I think I just want to say that I think that perhaps that's what's been missing in like when you talk about religion, it's just that understanding of like God being good regardless. And